que se puede, querer que se pueda, quitarse los miedos, sacarlos afuera, pintarse la cara, color esperanza, tentar al futuro.
You know, I really miss Patsy. The show's not the same without Patsy. I really miss. Oh, I'm sorry. We're on the air?
I miss you all. But I am sure that this event that Robert is going to have now on January 26th is a start of signature event for Southern California, and I can really picture out in years to come to draw people from all over, not only LA, from other places too.
That's a good point, Patsy. This is the first annual, Robert.
That is correct, yes.
You're going to have this every year.
Yes.
And experience tells me, Carlos, that the first annual is usually the smallest because they're just getting started.
That is correct. Usually it builds from there. So how did you come up with this idea?
Well, the LA Wine Festival organizer is a good friend, and he suggested that we could possibly do this, and I just grabbed that idea and ran with it. And I'm very excited to have this happening. And of course, there's a lot of work that happens behind the scenes, and we are eagerly working to make this happen. And we're all very excited. And I think it's going to basically put us on the map as a wine destination, because we have other wineries and upcoming wineries. And we will also have some home winemakers at the event. And that is good for the area. It's going to attract people from all over. Really, perhaps not as many from the longer distances, but certainly from the metropolitan area, and we have a huge metropolitan area to draw from. And there's a lot of people who don't even know that grapes are grown in the Santa Clarita Valley, and here we are.
That is very true, because a lot of people do not know that we do have local wineries.
Correct.
So how did you get started in this business?
Well, it's, wine and winemaking have been a passion of mine for most of my adult life, and I learned to make wines about 35 years ago, and didn't really think that I would have a winery someday. I really did want to have a small vineyard to make wines for friends and family, but as it turns out, the land was a little bigger than I anticipated, and so it turned out to be a commercial venture rather than just part of the personal hobby and passion that I had. And so the passion continues, though. The passion continues.
Very good.
And Carlos asked an interesting question. How did you get the title Renaissance Man?
I want to know that too.
Well, a gentleman by the name of Bill Miranda actually calls me that. So you might be best qualified. You might be best qualified to answer that. But
I'll tell you why I dubbed you the Renaissance Man. And that is because, to me, a Renaissance man is a man or a person who appreciates and indulges in the different activities of life. Okay?
Right.
These are people who live on the bone marrow of life. Okay? So, Robert right now indulges in wines. That's very important to him. He is a wine connoisseur. Robert also is a painter. He's an artist. He paints oils.
Yes.
And so he's a connoisseur of art. But Robert's also a master contractor. So there are not that many master contractors around. There's limited licenses. Robert is a master contractor. Robert is a master at real estate. He's a tremendous real estate investor. Been very successful.
I love how you embellish all of this, Bill. Thank you.
Well, but it's true. Okay. The winery started out as a real estate investment.
That's true.
Okay. Robert is a chess player. How many people play chess? Not that many anymore. In my day, a lot of people used to play chess. Not that many anymore. Robert is also a licensed deep sea diver.
A dive master.
Okay. Carlos, do you now know why I call him the Renaissance man?
I have a better idea why you call him that.
Well, thank you, Bill.
He is also well-read. He knows his history. He knows his literature. Those are the kinds of things that take you beyond, in my opinion, beyond normal into a separate category where I categorize it as Renaissance.
Thank you again.
Okay? And Patsy, you're a Renaissance woman.
You think? Well, now that I heard everything from Robert, I think I'm just little. But, Robert, you are an intelligent man that do everything with passion, and I'm so happy that now you're having your event and everything is going good with that and with everything you're doing. So you're
Thank
a great
you.
man.
Thank you so much, Patsy. It's great to hear that from you. I appreciate it.
And I want to hear more about the event. First of all, let me ask you a quick question. Is the event insured?
It is insured.
All right.
Event is insured.
Okay, because we want you to have a meeting with Carlos. We want to make sure the event is insured, because if I trip, I don't sue for $100.
Yeah.
I just give him
see.
a bottle, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yes, a man of your stature.
There you go. Okay. So, Carlos, what do you think of the event?
I think it sounds fantastic. You mentioned you're going to have like 40 wineries there.
Yes, that is our goal, to have about 40 wineries. Right now, we have already recruited about half that.
Now, do you have some of the names that are coming?
Yes, we have amongst the wineries, the local wineries, we have Agua Dulce Winery, who is our neighbor. We have Antelope Valley Winery, Pulcella Winery, and Duchat's, who are the local wineries and winemakers. And then we have some additional home winemakers,
Wow.
amateur winemakers who are going to be there. They have some magnificent wines, and that would be a treat to have people taste those wines and look forward to when these people go commercial and our area really becomes a wine destination, much like Paso Robles or Temecula. In fact, our neighbor at Agua Dulce Winery, the owner of Agua Dulce Winery, he owns 3 wineries right now. His name is Barry Goldfarb, and when I met with this gentleman, he said, I would like to see 20 wineries right along Sierra Highway so that we can become a destination. I think this festival is going to help to do that. It's going to help us to get on the map.
Excellent. Robert, if you don't mind, can we keep you another segment?
Absolutely. It'll be my pleasure.
We would love to have that.
Be my pleasure.
And Patsy, don't go away, because when we come back, I also want to talk to you about Our Valleys magazine and the tremendous new edition that we have out. And I want to talk to you about how we got it done and how successful things have been for Our Valleys magazine. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be here.
There you go. Okay. So do you want to take us to break?
Yes, you're listening to your hometown station, KHTS, 1220 AM.
This is Mike from